Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. What was wrong with
I was
Steve?
thinking, well, why can't Howard Webb just sit in the booth?
He's going to have to, he's going to have to sit in the booth and do every game.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's a good suggestion,
Aye.
Stevie. Get Howard Webb, sit there.
Because they'll all go like that. Yeah, we don't think he's going to go out the road.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
They're going to have to change the name as well. That PGMOL or whatever it is,
Yes.
that brand's gone now.
That's gone.
Yeah, at least rebrand themselves to try and make it look like they've made a change.
This, of course, the news that as we ended the show, the PGMOL have admitted that they made a mistake. It should have been a penalty. Don, you didn't think it was a pen?
As a definite pen, come on. A certain pen.
Could you believe it? I mean, seriously.
Craig, is a goalkeeper allowed to execute an opponent if he plays the ball?
It seems like so.
He didn't even play the ball, did he?
If he'd come out there and patted the ball away and his momentum had carried him into the player, that's part of the game.
Yep.
Unfortunately, part of the game is making that contact on the ball.
Yep.
He didn't, never came close. So it was, seriously, match day, well, it's not, it is match day one, final game of the weekend, but match day one, Premier League season, and we have the most horrendous officiating decision by a long stretch already. Scary.
How much does the fact that it was at Old Trafford make a difference, do you think?
I don't think it makes any difference.
No?
No, the VAR wasn't at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
He was sat in London.
I don't think it makes
So
any
it's no difference to him.
at all.
He's getting no stick if he's getting zero stick when he walks out of Stockley Park.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no United fans.
Aye.
I gave a penalty. No, it was just bad.
Just bad.
Rotten.
Don, how does it feel to be 0% right about Harry Kane going to Bayern?
I didn't say he wouldn't go to Bayern. My stance on it was I wouldn't have went to Bayern. I would have waited and spoke to Guardiola, and I would have waited to potentially have the conversation with Real Madrid and all the other teams that I mentioned. Hey, listen, I'm happy for him. I'm buzzing that he's made the move. Good on him for going to win some trophies, and he probably will. My stance was, why wouldn't you want to wait, speak to Pep? Is there a chance? Can I play with Haaland? Speak to Real Madrid. Can I play with Bellingham and Vinny Jr. and Kylian Mbappe?
Well, it's not going now.
Why would you try and
We don't have to talk about it anymore, Don. It's done.
Oh, he did speak to Pep. He did speak
done.
to Pep because the year before you said he was going to Man City.
Well, it was
He
done.
didn't go there
It was
either.
done.
For all, we talked about this on the show, United going to be in trouble if they keep trying to play Casemiro, Mount and Bruno as a midfield three.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Had a lot of space, didn't they, Wolves coming through the centre with Cunha.
The pace was the biggest thing. They just left them standing.
Yeah.
That's a big worry.
Don, have you had dominant performances against bigger opposition that ultimately went unrewarded? How does the result impact the team's morale for the next game?
I'm pretty sure the lads will agree, Man United in their pomp would have come away from Old Trafford and went, played well today, How'd you get on? Lost 4-0. Because they used to let you play and you go away from a game thinking, like, I played well today. So, loads of them games where you've played well, but you've lost the game and then it's like it's demoralising. But
You've got to have a dominant performance that you lose 4-0, Don.
No. I'm saying individually, you come away from some games, you come away individually. And some games you came away from Old Trafford because they used to let you play because they were so good themselves, they'd back themselves to win. But individually, you'd go, I spread a few balls around tonight. I played well, I had loads of room. I looked quite comfy, I felt good, created some chances. And then the end result is you lost 4-0. So there's been loads of them games.
Well, there used to be lots in the old firm, particularly before I was there, when the late great Tommy Burns was the manager, and he had Van Hooijdonk and Di Canio and McStay and all those, and they used to batter Rangers quite often,
right,
and come away with nothing, and Rangers would win the league. It happened in time after time after time again. Andy Gorham making save after save, and that sort of springs to mind to me, watching Celtic dominate, and something's happened in this studio, and I can tell you, not pleasant.
Oh dear. Well, there we go.
Do you know, I was thinking about there with the question.
Yeah.
When you play that well, consistently, and end up on the wrong side of it, eventually, you just don't expect to win.
And it just becomes
like
a mental block almost.
When when I went to Doncaster Rovers, it was myself, John Sheridan,
right.
We had Neville in goal, with the two Snodden brothers. We used to pass non-league teams off the field, but we couldn't score. We had nothing up front, and eventually you're just expecting not to win.
Was Neville Southall with you at Doncaster?
Aye.
I didn't know that, Sue.
Aye. Neville and I ended up sprawled. We collided. We lost. We got beat 2-0. We completely out. It was Dover.
Okay.
Right. Completely outplayed them. Got beat 2-0, and the second goal was a break. And I'm running that way. Neville's coming out this way, and this little kid was going this way.
Right.
And surprise, surprise, he was a little quicker than the two of us. And he got in just before the two of us went that way, and the two of us slammed into each other. And we were sprawled on the edge of the box. And the kid put the ball in the back of the net.
Oh, beautiful.
And we were getting up and we looked at each other and just had a wee smile, you know.
Where did it all go wrong?
Yeah. For Don, you must have enjoyed that thrashing Newcastle gave Aston Villa over the weekend. Newcastle look every bit of a contender. Now that you've seen their first match, percentage chance that they finish in the top 4 and the percentage chance they're challengers for the Premier League title.
Do you know what, Dan? Honestly, you know what I'm like? I get emotional when I watch games. I tipped Liverpool for the title when they beat Man City in the Community Shield the other year, and that went badly wrong. I've done the same again this weekend.
What have you done?
I've watched Newcastle spank Villa, and I've gone, if we beat Man City next week, we can win the league.
Wow.
I've gone emotional again.
What percentage chance have you got them winning the league?
I haven't, because I've even got them in my top 4 in my predictions, have I? So I can't backtrack that earlier. You can't backtrack after one game.
It's not written in stone. What percentage chance have you got for them to win the Premier League?
5.
Oh, okay. All right.
Low. Pretty low.
Craig, now with Caicedo and very likely Lavia coming in, coupled with Chelsea's display in their very first formal outing as a brand spanking new group, revising your prediction around Chelsea this season, mate. Oh, it's a little bit of an edge I felt to that.
Yeah, I don't mind an edge, and the answer would be no.
No? Where did you have them finishing?
5th or 6th.
Okay.
And I'm not changing anything after one game.
Right.
Unlike Don, I'm keeping.
You're not emotional.
I'm keeping my emotions in check. I don't go home and think about where Newcastle's next victories come from. No. I mean, that was pretty good. I'll give you that for a cobbled together squad with a new manager. But there's a lot of other good teams that are going to be going for it.
I would change my prediction. I've got Spurs finishing 5th because I didn't think Kane would move.
Okay.
I would absolutely not go with Spurs being 5th now.
Right. So you'd have Chelsea finishing 5th?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you had Spurs above.
I had Spurs above. Oh no, tell a lie. I didn't 6th. I had them 6th. I had Man United 5th.
Right.
And I had Spurs 6th.
Okay.
So yeah, I would definitely swap
Chelsea. So Chelsea out.
Yeah.
I didn't have them out of the top 6, but
right.
Aye.
I'm okay with where I am.
Are we taking the emotions out of the game? Let's speak to our emotional correspondent. How was Gary O'Neill supposed to be calm after seeing the 10 out of 10 penalty not given, Don?
Yeah, I mean...
Exactly.
It's just this new directive, isn't it? You know, there's some new rules where you show the imaginary yellow card, you get a yellow card yourself, and if you're over-aggressive in the technical area, you're going to get a yellow card. I mean, there's got to be, in my opinion, a little bit of understanding. I mean, you know, the Premier League have come out tonight and said it was a stonewall penalty. I didn't say stonewall penalty, but they said it was a penalty. So that obviously tells you that Gary O'Neill was right and he's protesting. So he felt something, he's seen something, he's done it, and he's got a yellow card. All of a sudden now it looks extremely harsh.
Hey, you know what we need? We need the old dugouts back. I've seen some people going mental and swearing and just losing it. But you're in the old dugout.
Yes.
And so nobody got in trouble.
How much could you see from some of those dugouts? Because some of them were like,
you were
well,
obviously
the manager gets the best seat.
Right, no, like, as a sub, could you see what was going on?
But you wouldn't, but you have to tell you.
Did you see Chelsea change the technical area?
Did they?
How did they do that?
Pochettino, because it's a very small detail.
When
Pochettino used to go there with Tottenham, he could never figure out why the away team always had the technical area was pretty much right in the middle of the park.
Okay.
Because the other one is shuffled over to the left. So the home one was the one that was not pretty much in the middle.
Okay.
Very boring, I know.
No, it wasn't prime.
They've changed it.
Oh.
So he's changed it. So he's the one now that's got the prime position, and the away team are shuffled over to the left. So that's got absolutely nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Oh, there we are.
But that's just the way managers.
Forest was like that. You remember Forest?
Yes.
Forest was like that. The away dugout was way
the
over,
left-hand side.
way over on the left.
When you were coaching, what percentage of time did you spend sat down, and what percent in the technical area?
No, I was sat down.
You never got up. Bit of an effort.
Well, no, because when
No, I was
he was on YouTube videos,
I was kind of away.
his team were playing. Well, he's gone to the other subs. He's going, hey, look at this.
Well, I was away because I used to go mental all the time.
Okay.
I used to kick the boards, and we used to have boards in front of us as well.
Right.
I used to kick lumps at them, and the dugout. Well, we had like the
Perplex?
plastic.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I used to smash that.
Okay.
I nearly broke my hand once. We played a game up in Mass, and it was one old school, and it was solid wood.
Wow.
It was a wee dugout, but it was solid wood.
You thought it was glass?
And I just spurred them on.
Just red mist.
We did something, I went mental, and I turned around and I punched the wood.
So why didn't you go in the technical area and try and do something about it instead of just punching things?
Well, because you would get fined. You get
Right.
The MLS guys. What you're seeing now, what we saw today with Gary O'Neill, you did that in MLS.
Yeah.
You got fined.
Okay.
I mean, it was ridiculous. You couldn't show any emotion at all, or they'd be all over you, fining you, carding you, red.
Don would be
I mean, it
struggling.
was just
No emotion.
It was just ridiculous. It's impossible.
They should really rescind that card for Gary. I mean, clearly they won't do it. They should really go to him and say, listen, we have made a pig's ear of this.
Yes.
We're taking the yellow card away. But they won't.
No, they won't.
They won't. They'll go, oh, you can't. But, yeah, we were wrong, but two wrongs don't make a right. You can't do it. Sit down.
Seriously though, Don, what's the point of VAR if that isn't looked at and given?
I mean, we're all. I mean, how do we try and explain that one away? We can't. I think it was Michael Salisbury. I think was in VAR. How do you explain that one away when everyone watches it and say Onana's come out, he's clattered him, he's got nowhere near the ball, it's a foul, it's a pen. How they don't spot it, I'll never know. I can't understand because I can't give him an out. Normally, you might say, like Craig said before, oh, he missed it by a fraction. So, you know, he missed it by a mile. And it's like, come on.
Imagine when he goes home tonight and so the wife or partner, whoever it is,
Mrs. Salisbury.
Mrs. whatever, says, I was just watching that Man United game. Did you see that VAR?
Listen, at the end of the day, we shouldn't forget that VAR is way better than having a referee or a linesman guessing when they haven't really seen it.
No, but then...
So we got to remember, as bad as that is, we got to remember that the majority of the time they get it right.
Oh, wow,
Not had a great weekend,
Well, it's
Stevie,
just important because again, I was listening to the radio on the way in, and I don't know who it was, but somebody came out with this. Well, you know what? Sometimes it would just be better for the referee just by his eyes. Just go back. Like, how stupid a thing to say is that?
I mean, there's these idiots out there.
How stupid.
Let's just go back to doing it. Let's just go back to the naked eye.
The naked
and we'll
eye.
just guess if the ball's over the line. We'll get
You
Hawkeye.
say that, Don. Don, you wanted the naked eye.
What's a lot of
No,
nonsense?
it's not had a great weekend, has it? I mean, the Everton goal should have stood. The Michael Keane goal when the goalkeeper dropped it off Tarkowski. The Brentford pen when Son tackles Jensen.
For everyone they
point.
get wrong, there's probably 25
Yeah, but
that they
we're
got
one-
right.
But we're one weekend in, and we're talking about Everton have been done by 3 points. Tottenham one I thought it was a pen, but it wasn't a clear and obvious one. And the one you've saw tonight is a howler.
So would the naked eye have changed tonight?
Well, maybe the referees were better and were brave enough to give those decisions when they didn't have to lean on VAR. Maybe the referee tonight thought No, Stevie, serious point. Serious point. Maybe the referees were better and braver in making the decisions.
I refuse to get involved in a discussion where the naked eye is going to overrule VAR.
No, what I'm saying is maybe the referees are using VAR as a sort of crux to go, well, I'm not going to make that decision. I'm not going to blow for that penalty tonight because VAR will have time to look at it and they'll tell me whether it was a pen or not. Referees back at
That's how it should be. That's how it should be, isn't it, Don?
Well, no, that's how it should be. But what I'm saying is maybe the referees on the pitch have got to get braver.
The referee's got two. He's got 2 outs. Number one, he can give it.
But why didn't he give it then?
And the other one is they should help him if he doesn't see it properly.
Well, see it properly. What I'm saying is, see it properly.
But they don't see it properly. If the referee had seen it properly, he would have given it.
Stevie.
Well, they missed it.
Be a better ref then.
If the referee had seen it properly, he would have given it, right?
No,
Pardon?
you're missing the point, Stevie. You're missing my point. My point
No,
is...
you're missing the point. If the referee sees it, he doesn't have to bother with VAR. Otherwise, he shouldn't be a referee.
No, but you're missing my point. Maybe the referees are not brave enough
No, you're
to
missing
actually...
my point. The point is, you're missing my point.
Right, can I finish? Maybe they're using VAR as a crux and not making the decision because they know they can lean on it. Back in the day when there was no VAR, they had to make the call. Make the call.
Yeah, let's make a call when you didn't see it properly.
Okay, there we are.
There's no way we're going. There's no way the naked eye is better.
No chance.
It's not VAR. The technology is not the problem. It's
the dumpling.
Then we're going to have Howard Webb at every game, so it's perfect.
Yeah, get Howard in.
Yeah, lock him in.
Hey, what did he pay? By the way, what did he pay him for anyway?
Wow.
What does he actually do?
Well, he organises the referees.
So what does he do on a Saturday? Does he sit in the house? Or does
He goes to games.
He goes
to
to
watch.
Why didn't he go to the booth?
Yeah, exactly.
See?
Yeah, there you are, Steve.
If it's all in the one place, then get yourself there.
Yeah, exactly.
On a Saturday afternoon.
Perfect. Seems like a decent.
Seems like a rational idea to me.
Very much so. That's it. I got a batchie tonight, Stevie. I know you love a batchie.
A what?
Batchie,
Oh, is
fantastic.
that what you're going for?
Yes. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.